All right, so go on the portal, take the quiz. The quiz is about you have 8 minutes. It's online. Good luck. I will go over the rubric afterwards. Obviously, I won't record that portion, but good luck. And when you are done, it's 10:20 right now, which means you should be about 10:28 to 10:29. Good luck. No questions. Begin.
Did you get mine, Mr. Morty?
Checking right now. Everybody's looks like they're coming in right now. Okay. Okay. All right. Here we go. Typing my last word and it said 10 seconds left and it wouldn't let me finish typing and I had 4 letters left. All right, so let's go over the rubric, okay? All right, here we go. All right. Now, this is the way that I'm going to grade it, okay? So kind of showing you. So first things first, okay? This one was worth 1 point because it was literally just about following. Hold on. Shoot. Forgot to. I said it could be anything. I said it can be anything. Did I tell you to ask the user for any input whatsoever? Was that stated anywhere in the problem? So you will lose a point just for giving me extraneous code. So for those of you, you wasted time by writing the scanner and by writing an extra print statement and then putting it in. Okay, so you will lose a point if you put a scanner in. I did not ask for user input at all. I specifically said this string can be anything. I don't even care if you initialize it to null. Nowhere did I say ask the user for input. Did I, Ashton? I know am I wrong? I know you're upset, but am I wrong? What's your question, Benny?
I didn't create a word string. I just used word. Is that okay? Because you said like just given a string.
You lose a point. Given a string named word. I even said it in it. Initialize the string. Use the word. Okay, so you would lose a point.
Okay.
How else are you going to use it?
Well, I use word, but you said like an example would be word is equal to cat dog, and
yeah, as in
it could be anything.
But then didn't I say initialize it to, I don't care if you initialize it to null? Did I use the word, okay, so did I use the word that did I say specifically assume the string word has already been declared?
No.
There's your answer. Very literal. You guys can get me on any loophole. That's fine. And you know me, I'll fess up to it. But I've always told you, don't do anything I didn't ask you to do. Okay? So, unfortunately, you're going to lose those battles. Okay? It's tough. Life sucks. You move on. Make a new project, make a new class, call it while loops. Okay, I'm going to go get some water. I'll be right back. Yay. Did you miss me? All right, so here we go. Let's get started, okay? Now, okay, what I've got here is an example of a for loop, okay? Now, looking at this for loop, what does this for loop do, Vasily?
The for loop will go until it equals 5 and it'll print hello every time.
Yeah. So basically, it just prints hello 5 times, correct?
Yeah.
Bingo. Okay, good. Now, for those of you who've had me before, you guys have heard me make this statement, okay? Every for loop can be written as a while loop. Not every while loop can be written as a for loop. You guys have heard me say this before, haven't you, with Python? Okay. Now, let's discuss, how to rewrite this loop, okay? So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this a block comment, okay? Now, a while loop tends to be a little bit more chronological, okay? However, it uses different methods. Right now, what type of variable is this, Allison? What type of variable is this? I know it's an int, but not that. That's not what I mean. What type of variable? We learned 2 new terms.
Local.
A local. And why is it a local?
Because it only exists within the for loop.
More importantly, so refine that explanation a little bit better, Ali. It's declared within a for loop, because that's the important part, okay? It's declared within that process. That's why it's a local variable, okay? So we have int j equals 0, it's declared. So what tends to happen with while loops is they tend to use global variables. Int j equals 0, okay? This is my first step, step 1, okay? 7 out of 10 times you're gonna use a global variable. I'm going to now say my second step, while j is less than 5. Step 2, our conditional. Okay. Now, if this is false, it's just going to go to this side right here to line 19. Code doesn't run. But in this case, is j less than or equal to 5? Yes, it is. So we're going to do step 3, which is print out our code or anything that's inside. And notice that the step expression is inside the loop, okay? So if I run this, hello, the exact same loop. Now on any quiz or any test, you must know how to change a for loop into a while loop and a while loop into a for loop. I will not give you a while loop. I will not give you a while loop that cannot be converted into a for loop. So just right off the bat, if you see on your exam, change this while loop into a for loop, it's not a trick question, okay? I'm not gonna waste your time like that. There is a way that this while loop can be converted into a for loop. So just know that right off the bat, okay, if he gave us this, we know it can be done. Sound good? Perfect, all right, so the next thing is, so I have step j++, et cetera, et cetera. So the next thing is this, all right? Let's say, for example, did I get rid of this? This is the key thing with the while loop. Notice that this is going on and on and on. What type of loop is this called, guys?
Infinite loop.
Okay, infinite loop, correct, all right? Now, with an infinite loop, it just goes on and on and on. The key thing with a while loop is what a while loop wants you to do is a while loop wants you to continue until the user or some program causes the loop to terminate. Whereas a for loop, you have already given it a predefined amount of steps that it's going to run. Even if you give the number 1 million, guess what? It's still a predefined amount. So what we're now going to do, so system.out.print line, hello, et cetera, et cetera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys an example of a problem. Let's say that I want the user to enter numbers, and I'm going to add every number together. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to make my scanner object. Now, again, giving you guys a heads up, okay? We use scanner because it's important for our work as students, as programmers, okay? On the AP, user input is not tested. So when I give you a free response that's an AP question and you use scanner, you're already wrong, okay? So just giving you that heads up, you will never use scanner at all. You won't even have to put a comment. You'll understand more what I'm talking about later, but just know that it's important for our programs. But when we get into our AP practice, if you're putting a scanner in, you're lost. Okay, it's not you're missing something. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to say, please enter a number. Okay. Now, what do I told you guys I'm going to add it. Okay. I'm going to add them together. All right. Now, what's the first thing I need to do? Same rules apply for a for loop. If I'm adding something or keeping track, what do I need?
A count variable.
A counter variable. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say int num equals kb.nextInt, just so I can get their number. Then I'm going to say int sum. I'm going to set that equal to 0. Perfect. Okay. Now, so I'm going to say, please enter a number. Okay. Now, here's the problem. Should this be outside of the loop or inside the loop? Think, guys. ISIS. I have some code. We're going to get rid of this. Okay. ISIS. I've got a couple lines of code that need to be switched. What are they? Think about it. If I run this code as is, how many times is it going to ask me to enter a number?
Wouldn't it just be the once?
Exactly. But I want them to be able to enter a number multiple times, right?
So it needs to be inside the loop.
Bingo. Exactly. So I'm going to cut these two lines. And I'm going to paste them. Okay. So now this is great. Okay. Now let's go to the way that you more than likely will see a while loop setup. Boolean run equals true. While run. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is with their number, I'm going to say sum plus equals num. So if I run this, please enter a number 23, 43, 65, 92, etc., etc. This is just going to keep going on and on and on. And just, it's going to add all the numbers up, etc., etc. Okay. It's going to keep going and keep going and keep going. The main reason why we don't have anything to stop it. However, is the code still running? Is it still performing? Is it still functioning? Yeah, it's still doing well. Okay. So let's learn how to terminate it. Okay. Now let's say we say, please enter a number. 0 ends the loop. Okay. So if they type in 0, it ends the loop. So there's two ways that we can end this loop. One you already know how to do. Okay. So if I say if num equals 0, and first of all, is it okay? Is it okay to put num after this one, after this equation? Is it, if they put in 0, is it okay to put it, should I put it before or after this equation, the if statement?
Before.
Really? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
Exactly. So it doesn't matter because if we were multiplying, would it matter? If we were multiplying, would it matter?
Yes. No.
Yes,
no.
yes, it would, because anything times 0 would be 0. But when we're adding 0, it doesn't matter. So we're going to say if num equals 0. Now there's two things that we can do. One, we can say run equals false. So now if I run this 23, 34, 6, 7, 8, 0. Run was equal, after it did all of this, it said run equal to false. Run is now false. It goes to the end of the loop. Okay. The other thing that I can do that you've learned in switch case, so I can do break. Break literally does that. It breaks you out of the loop. Now, keep in mind, if you use a break in an inner loop, okay, what happens is it just breaks you from that inner loop. It's when you use it in the outer loop, it completely stops. So here, this applies to that outer while loop. So basically 23, 54, 0, done. Both work. So what I'm going to do also just at the end, so we can see that it's working well, okay? I'm going to run this. So let's say 23 and 22, 0 should give me 45. Perfect, okay? Now, we have our terminating statement. We have it set to 0. But what if I added this modification? I will not add multiples of 5. Okay. Will not add multiples of 5 to the sum. Okay. So they say the number. Okay. So in this instance, yeah, I am going to want to put this before adding it to the sum. And the reason why is because I got to check to see if the number is equal to is a multiple of 5. So if num modular 5 is equal to 0, if num modular 5 is equal to 0, I'm going to hit continue. Continue is another new keyword. Continue basically means if you encounter it, if this is true and you enact the continue statement, it means, okay, skip all this and restart the loop over again. Don't do anything after it. You're not breaking out of the loop per se. You're just restarting the loop over. So adding to the sum, checking to see if it's equal to 0, et cetera, et cetera. Basically, it will not, it basically just skips it. Okay. Now, I have an error with my code. Who can figure out what it is? I did this on purpose. I've got an error with my code. Now, theoretically, there are no errors, but this loop will never end. Come on. First one to tell me, you got 10 seconds. First one to tell me, I'll give you a bonus point. I'll write it right now. You've got
Oh,
it.
okay.
Zero. It's a zero.
Since num is 0, it'll always be 0, and it'll continue and always skip the second if statement.
What is the modification I need, Ashton, since you chimed in first? How do I change it? You tell me what to do. 5, 4, 3.
No, wait.
1, 0. He is right. He is right. Even if I put 0, what is 0 modular 5?
Zero.
0. So it will never get here. So what I have to do is I also have to say and num is not equal to 0. Because if it's equal to 0, then, you know, if it's, let's say it's 5, okay? 5 is not equal to 0 and it's a modular, it's going to work fine, perfect. But if it's 0, this will be true, this will be false. It'll continue, it'll skip this continue, it'll add 0 to it, but then it will finally reach the break statement. So if I say 25, 35, 0, what is going to print out?
0.
0, bingo. If I say 21, 19, 55, 0, what is going to print out?
40.
Okay. This is how a while loop works. Now, again, the key things that we have learned is we've learned the continue statement and continue again. It continue means don't break out of the loop. Just as soon as you're done with this line, go back up and restart the loop again. Break means break out of the loop. And you've had experience with break with switch, what's it called? With switch case, okay? So continue break But more importantly, get into the habit of understanding that often than not, you're going to have some type of Boolean that is in charge of this. Now, can you use a conditional statement? Absolutely, you can. Okay, I can tell you this: you're going to need a conditional statement with your homework tonight. Okay, your homework is it's clever. It's a good one. Okay, because I don't want to tell you. I'll give you. It's gonna blow the surprise when you see the key tomorrow. Tee. Okay, but it's guys. So that's basically that's it with the while loop. Now, the other thing is I want you guys to. So this is for everyone. Okay. Now, there are 4 loops that we are learning, or that are in Java. The 4 primary ones, which is the for loop, the while loop, the do while loop, and the enhanced for loop. The enhanced for loop is with arrays. We haven't gotten to that yet. We will learn it later. Okay. The for loop we've learned. The while loop. Anything in the book that has to do with do while, don't even look at it. I don't even know why that loop was created. It's nonsensical. Okay. Do not look at anything to do with the do while loop. Okay. Understood? So your homework is online. It's a modified guessing game. So you guys have already kind of done it. So you guys will probably get the guessing game portion of it down, but it's the formatting and things, obviously, as it always is, that you'll need to figure out. But that being said, does anybody have any questions? Now, the good thing is, I think I have one day where I don't see you guys this week, right? Let me see. Oops, hold on.
I'm assuming Friday.
Huh?
I'm assuming Friday.
Let me see. Okay. So I see you guys tomorrow. I see you Thursday. And I don't see you Friday. You're right. Okay. Now, I won't see you Friday. We will have a review Monday, including an evening review. Your test on Tuesday, I've already written a portion of it. It is difficult. Okay. It is, right now I'm still deciding whether I'm going to do 10 to 15 multiple choice questions. No short answers this time. Okay. And 1 or 2 free response codes. So those of you last night, who was in the review last night with me? Okay. You guys remember the questions we did last night where we're kind of just going through strings and stuff like that? And they were just really short. It either might be 2 of those or 1 similar to what we had today. Okay. Really testing your knowledge. It could be a for loop, it could be a while loop. Okay. Again, with loops, it's user preference. You're either going to have to use a while loop, or some people just like using while loops instead of for loops. It's just their prerogative. Okay. Now, does anybody have any questions? Your homework again is already up. I'm going to try to grade the quizzes during the game tonight, if I'm not throwing my computer at the screen. So, okay, because there's 2 massive games on. The Dodgers and the Lakers are both playing. So I will be probably in front of my TV for majority of the time. So I will try to get the quizzes out. Bear with me if it takes me at least 2 days. As you can see, it's a lot. But the good thing is, a lot of times, like for example, I looked at Leo's real quick. Leo, I already graded yours. Okay. So that's good. And I'll try to get them all in. It's not in Portal yet, Leo, but I've already graded yours. Okay. Now, I also have no problem. I've got to wait till everyone's taking the quiz. I have no problem sharing the key with you. Okay. The rubric with you. No problem doing that also. So you guys can see. All right. But anybody have any questions before we go?
You said our test on Tuesday?
The quiz is on Tuesday, or test is on Tuesday.
Okay.
Now, okay, I will tell you this. You'll have a quiz tomorrow. You will not have a quiz Thursday. Okay? You will not have a quiz Thursday.
Is it a code tomorrow, or is
I
it
don't
like
know.
regular?
I don't know. Don't ask me that. You don't get the right to know that. So, all right. Anybody else?
Did I get that point?
You were close, Ashton. I was excited to give it to you, but I told you I needed you to tell me what to code. I was specific about that. What change do I need to make? But I like the way that, for the majority of class, you weren't paying attention, but when it required, the extra credit, you were able to pinpoint directly on, wait, what? Oh, yeah, it's this. So that at least makes me feel better. So, all right, guys, Have a great Tuesday. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Mr. Marty?